Hey everyone, Mario Kart Gamer Dude here, back in the new year from vacation. I wish I could go back, cause I hate the cold. Happy New Year, Sonic fans. This video is all about reviewing the Sonic IDW comic series' latest arc, the Phantom Riders arc, where it was heavily inspired by Sonic Riders, as it has an extreme gear competition and everyone is dressed in Riders gear, including the IDW characters. And we got the Babylon Roads. But that's not the main point of the arc. This arc is a build-up of Clutch's plan to take down the Restoration from within. And he's carefully planned this by distracting the Chaotix, hiring Mimic as well as Surge and Kit to help destroy the place from within, and do a partnership with his sketchy company, Clean Sweep Incorporated. But things quickly change as the story progresses, leading Clutch to pulling one last stop by sending the Shuttle Ship on a collision course to the city. Thankfully, the plan is thwarted, but at the cost of the Restoration being destroyed. With this arc, lots of fun twists and turns were made, some good and some missteps, with all of this being connected to a lot of the other pinpoints in the past in an earlier arc, the Misadventures arc to be exact. So I decided to do this review of the Writer's arc, pointing out the good and the bad, as well as the character section, the aren't you missing something category, the why, and the missed opportunity section. I think I'm gonna go out of order because the good and bad I think are best to leave at the end. Alright, so I'll start with the characters. We have Team Sonic, not Knuckles, just Tails, Sonic, and Amy, the Babylon Roads, Surge and Kit, the Diamond Cutters, Jewel, Night and Dawn, Belle, the Chaotix, Eggman, and yes, even Rough and Tumble. Now, Team Sonic, they may be a focus in the beginning, but the plot really shifts so much focus onto the other characters, and this wasn't really about them specifically. Honestly, I think this arc has so much focus towards Surge, Kit, and even Diamond Cutters. Surge and Kit have an arc of their own, as they were only here to wreak havoc on their target Sonic and Tails once again, even with the tension with Duo, Mimic, and Clutch at the beginning. Their plans to wreck stuff changed once they were acknowledged as heroes. Of course, they mainly love the praise, but this is the first time that they are seen not as villains, but heroes. Surge herself has her own little fan, and this is one of the best moments for her as she receives this praise from this little fan. Seriously, these smiles from her made my day. After cutting ties with Clutch and planning to take him out, they no longer want to work for anyone and do the hero anger their own way. And spoilers, we know that they are as we see them after the Writer's arc saving people in the annual, albeit in a bad way, but as I stated in that review, I am glad about it. We'll have to see what happens next for them when they appear in the future issues, cause we know this isn't the last time we'll see them. The Diamond Cutters have their own tension and mini arc in the storyline, due to the bad mess that happened during the Misadventures arc. Things are a little tense between them. It gets worse during this arc because of Sonic being the Phantom Rider and them hiding it from Lanolin, who was basically everyone's target of comments due to her behavior. People were out for blood against her, oh my goodness.
Make it stop.
Mimic being Duo did succeed in his effort to break apart the Diamond Cutters in terms of the trust and teamwork. After Mimic was exposed, Lanolin realizes her actions were wrong, as her actions led to him being with the crew for the longest time, and knows that Tangle and Whisper are not happy with her because of this. Whisper herself has to deal with the fact that she was right and that Mimic played her once again, and that he got away, again. We have to see what's going to happen with this crew moving forward, because things are not going to be all sunshine and rainbows for them. And Mimic, we know that he will show up once again at some point. He's just going to remain extra low-key now. Will he attempt to come back to destroy Whisper again? Who knows? Let's talk about the other characters. Belle, while being a minor role, did help out in getting info about Clutch, as it helped Amy realize who was behind all this. Night and Dawn, who have ties with the Chaotix, did assist our heroes in this arc. Eggman, while only appearing twice, was the clutch, no pun intended, to help Team Sonic figure out who messed with their equipment, and he succeeded in getting back at the guy who messed with his stuff. We'll talk about Clutch in a second. Rough and Tumble, who were also Clutch's lackeys, did also assist in both helping him and helping the heroes. We do see them in the covers of the upcoming arc, so who knows what role they'll play. Jewel was basically a pawn in Clutch's game, as he made sure that she remained 100% occupied inside the ship, but thankfully she wasn't blind to his actions and quickly took charge to stop him, and succeeded, but at the cost of the restoration. Wonder how she'll rebuild the restoration after all this. Now, we get into the other characters. First off, Clutch himself. For a mob boss style character, this plan was very well thought out, step by step, even if he didn't expect Team Sonic and Eggman to catch on to him, and investigate as well. He did show his potential as a threat, as his company took care of things and has left witnesses silenced, showing he is a bad guy, even without powers. And Evan Stanley said that he's supposed to be old, even older than Eggman, and he was able to go against these guys on his own and be able to fight? Wow. We just have to wonder what's next for him. Will Eggman keep him held prisoner or roboticize him? I highly doubt they're gonna go into business together. I don't see it happening. The next characters will tie into the, aren't you forgetting something category. And that's Team Chaotix and the Babylon Roads. When they were revealed to be in this arc, I thought this would be the moment where the story would reveal to the Chaotix that Clutch was the one who hired the Roads to steal Knuckles' relic to destroy the Chaotix, so that they wouldn't investigate Clutch early on. But it didn't happen. The Roads didn't even come across him, and I was like, why didn't this happen? Did they forget? Did they forget this? Or was there not enough room or time in the story for it to happen? And what about Clutch's promise to Surge and Kit? Did they forget about that too? Regardless if he was lying or not, you'd think they'd write Surge and Kit to be worried about not finding out who they really were prior to Starline. So, again, did they forget, or was there not enough room? Now, we go into the, what and missed opportunity category. The, what goes into Knuckles' absence, as this is a Sonic Riders inspired arc, and he's not included. Why?
Excuse me? But you did this for what?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why though?
I know he's got the Master Emerald to watch over, but you'd think they put him here, especially with the Roads here. Storm only taunted Amy instead of because of Knuckles not being there. Plus, again, the story would have tied with the Roads stealing his relic in Misadventures. He would have had like a more angrier grudge against them in this arc if he was there. He's allowed to leave the island even for a long time, come on. But yeah, I wish he was here. And no, I'm not saying to leave out Amy, she still could have been in the race. The missed opportunity, I would say, goes towards the interactions with the other cast. This is the first time that Surge and Kit are in the same area as the Babylon Roads, and they don't interact at all. Jet does get jealous of Surge's popularity, but they don't butt heads at all. I mean, you have the two green rivals of Sonic together in one place, and you don't have them exchanging banter? I wanted to see Surge get on Jet's nerves by bantering. Missed opportunity all around for that. And now, we stretch into the good and the bad. Here's the bad. 1, I felt that the Roads got the short end of the stick in this arc. Even though they did help save the ship and the civilians in the last issue, they didn't get enough time in the spotlight. And because they didn't tie the story with their ties to Clutch during the Misadventures arc, I felt like they were just there as to please us Sonic Riders fans, as this was a writers-inspired competition. 2. The duo mimic plot exposure. Not only did this plot of him being in disguise drag on for too long, in my opinion, the reveal didn't have much of a build-up. It was just bam in the first 2 to 3 pages. It should have had a much better build-up in the story to lead to his reveal, and better reactions from the Diamond Cutters. I wanted to see more shock and pain from them. More shock, and be shouting even louder, being like in despair, like, what? I was right? What? I thought he tricked me. Like, I wanted to see that. Though Lanolin's reaction was on point.
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I did understand that there was a lot going on in this finale, but since we were aware of Duo Mimic for so long, it felt flat and too fast when the exposure happened, even if we were all tired of it. It was just like, there, he's exposed, let's move on to the main plot. 3. I wish the other cast members got to go against Clutch. This is just a personal nitpick, and I don't mean when everyone in the locked room went against Clutch's henchmen. I mean one-on-one against Clutch, not just Sonic. Though, of course, they were locked up, so that did give a reason why only Sonic got to face him, but you get what I mean, right? 4. I wish Surge and Kid didn't fly off and didn't even see them anymore. I had this prediction where they would fly away, only for them to spot some people in danger, and for one of those people to be that fan of Surge's named Ivy, and Surge would come to her aid, making her get praise again. The finale needed more of them in it. And 5. I feel like I wish Eggman stayed in contact with Team Sonic, like communicate over walkie-talkie or something. Even if his reintroduction was cool, he just showed up twice in this arc. Alright, here's the good. 1. The writers-inspired arc. It shows that Sega hasn't forgotten writers, and makes me hopeful that we get another writers game one day. 2. The IDW cast in their writers gear. If you make a new writers game, put them in it. 3. Surge and Kit's arc as heroes in their own way. 4. The interactions and writing and the banter was on point for the cast. 5. The high stakes and build-up of the ship being sent flying down. 6. The Phantom Rider design. It's just top tier. Make that an option in the next writers game for Sonic to wear, including the board. 7. The win-lose situation. Even though they technically won as no one got hurt, but they did lose in a way, cause the restoration had to be destroyed. And finally, number 8, the cliffhanger. We always love those, don't we? All in all, this arc was a 4.5 out of 5 stars for me. It was great, and I have no doubt that a Scattered Pieces arc will be great too. See you around.